everybody. Welcome to today's Personal FX, the Collectibles Show. We have a great show for you today. We've got some wonderful people that stop by from all over to have their items of praise. This is Doyle. Hello, Doyle. How are you, sir?
Yeah,
nice
fine,
to meet
thank you.
Now, where are you from?
Lincoln, Nebraska.
What are you doing in town?
Well, I came up for the show, and as a byproduct, I get to visit my sister in New Jersey.
Sister Aileen, glad you're here today. How are you?
I am fine. Better since he's here.
What are you going to have appraised?
A bank that belonged to my father.
Well, good luck with that. Good luck. What is that? Is that the stove? I guess that's the stove. No, what that is, that's the buzzer that tells me to give you the phone number. If you'd like to be a guest or an FX apartment, it's real simple. Give us a call, 1-800-FX-FX-FX1, and we'll set it up. Now, a lot of times on the show, we take you back in time visually. Well, right now, we're going to take you back in time via your ears. I'm going to test you guys. You guys tell me what year you think this song came out, all right? Let's hit this. This is the Bellamy Brothers, Let Your Love Flow. Everybody, all right. Head bobbing, here we go. Doyle, what year was that?
Oh, it must be back in about 75.
Close, close. Any guesses? Any?
I would say about 78.
All right, well, that was the Bellamy Brothers' first hit back in 1976, Let Your Love Flow. Now, they have had teen #1 hits, and they are also great super collectors as well. J.D. is out in Florida right now visiting this very group. Hey there, J.D.
Hey, John, how are you? We're in the Bellamy Museum here. Actually, this is a house on the Bellamy complex that houses their collection of Native American art. And these are, ladies and gentlemen, the Bellamy Brothers.
Yeah,
We have Howard
Bellamy
Bellamy, David Bellamy. Guys, thank you for letting us come out.
All right,
Pleasure.
thanks.
Now, John had mentioned Let Your Love Flow. That was 21 years ago.
Yeah.
How did that song come about, Howard?
Well, you see where we're from. We, after David wrote the song Spiders and Snakes, we enabled...
For Jim Stafford,
for Jim
right?
Stafford.
I don't like spiders and snakes.
Wow.
It enabled us to move to L.A. and pursue our career, and we befriended Neil Diamond's group, and his drummer came over one day with this song, Let Your Love Flow, that his roadie had written, a wealthy roadie, by the way.
Right.
And,
He's now the wealthiest roadie in show business, right?
And we had to convince our producers that it was a great song. They didn't believe in it, so we kept pounding on them, and finally we won that one, and went on to record it, and
The rest is...
#1 song in the 16 countries around the world.
That's great. Now, we're talking about your Native American art collection. Now, David, you kind of started this, right?
Well, yeah, I just sort of evolved, really. I started finding arrowheads under the oak tree out in our ranch here, and when I was a kid, so we were, you know, it just kind of evolved and got out of hand from there.
And you have some of the arrowheads,
yeah.
but he has a lot of other items. Look at these old arrowheads.
Oh,
These
yeah.
are some of the original arrowheads. Some of these we found when we were kids, and around the ranch. Howard found a few of these in the stream over with a cattle drink, and
That's great.
Well, what we're going to do from this spawned an incredible collection, John, which we're going to take a closer look at later on.
Looking forward to it, J.D., and if we have time, we'll talk about their shirts as well. I think.
Okay.
Can you see them?
Yeah, looking good. We'll check in with the three of you later on. Thanks a lot, J.D.
Okay, thanks, John.
And Claire, I guess we should also mention that they have a new CD out today. It's called Over the Line. Brand new out today. So it's a
I
big
got
day
to
for them.
listen to part of it yesterday.
Yeah, huh?
Very good. And let us introduce Susie Anderson and Jerry Harrelson. You guys into country music?
Oh, yeah.
Somewhat. Somewhat? Good to have you with us. And you ready for our first appraisal of the day? Let us meet Pat. Welcome. And where are you from?
Lincoln, Nebraska.
Was that your husband we just
That's
met?
my husband Doyle, yes.
How nice. So you're just visiting?
Yes, we are.
And you get to see us in Lincoln, Nebraska?
Every day.
Oh, that's great.
Every single day.
Now, this is an interesting... Jerry collects pocketbooks, so I'm just going to pass it right along. Where did you get
That
this
belongs to
bag?
my mother-in-law, and she had it handmade at the penitentiary, I believe.
Where?
At the...
Prison art.
Yeah,
Art.
prison art. She had it handmade there.
Yeah, this is really neat. It's made out of wood, and it's got some very interesting detailed wood pieces stripped right across here. And another thing I like about it a lot is the Bakelite button, which is also the release to open it. You just press to release. See if I remember how to do it now.
Then you go backwards.
Okay.
As a
And then
pocketbook
it's fully
collector,
lined.
is it unusual to
It's
find
most
wooden
unusual.
pocketbooks?
Yes, it is. In the 60s and 70s, they became very popular. But this one dates back a little earlier, and as Susan said, this is prison art, which makes it a little different.
Susie, what do you think?
That's what makes it more valuable to the collectors, that it is a piece of prison art. Other pieces were made in shop just to pass the time of way. Normally, if you bought one in a store that would be collectible today, we'd put a value of maybe $20, $25. At prison art, it could go to $50 to $60.
Yeah,
Jerry?
I'm in the $60 to $75 range with that little button.
In that particular price range, if you'd like to put it up for sale, we'd be happy to do that for you.
We will.
We will do that.
Okay.
Thank you. Hope you have
Thank
a wonderful
you.
time in
We
New York.
will.
And our number to call is 212-802-0082 for any or all items up for sale. And Tanya is joining us next. Hi, Tanya.
Hi,
Welcome.
how are you?
Where are you from?
Long Beach, California.
Nice to have you with us.
Thank
What
you
do you
for having
collect?
me. I collect Barbie dolls and Beanie Babies.
Okay.
And salt and pepper shakers. And so these aren't in my collection. but
Where'd you get your Pez dispensers?
I found them actually in my grandmother's basement.
Just
Cleaning
nice
out the
find.
basement, and I found them in a little bag.
Well, sometimes we've had Pez dispensers that were worth a lot of money. I don't know about these, but let's find out.
Popeye comes in two versions. One has a removable pipe. Jerry, maybe you can show the camera which one we have. And then Santa Claus comes in quite a number of variables. And this one, to distinguish it to a collector, the side is designated a steel pin Santa. Very collectable. Very
Which are the most
collectible.
valuable of those?
The ones without a feet, basically.
As these are.
Yes.
The newer ones, in the 80s, they put feet on the bottom. So these are the earlier ones. Popeye,
Value-wise, Popeye is worth about $45 to $60. And Santa, bless his little heart, is worth about $100.
Oh my God. I had no idea.
yeah, I've got Santa at $125 and Papa at $40.
Wow.
You never know what you find when you go through the house.
No, you don't.
Would you like to put them up for sale?
Absolutely.
We will do that. Thank you so much for being with us
Thank
today.
you.
And next, Bobby is joining us. You want to get back to us? Okay, we'll get him back later. Hi, Bobby. Good to have you with us. And are you a doll collector?
Yes.
And what kind of doll is it?
That is a Madame Alexander doll that I received as a gift as part of my collection. And I know when that was bought somewhere, I think in the late 60s, and I remember how much it was too.
How much?
$13.
Oh, wow. We've seen a lot of Madame Alexander dolls on the show. Have you learned a lot about Madame Alexander?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I think that one's a little bit earlier than that. Possibly 1956 or so?
It's possible. It's possible.
What makes you think that?
It's Little Women, and it's hard plastic, and it's a bendable, jointed leg, which is the only thing a collector needs to know about that. And that is about the late 50s, as I remember.
I remember the person said it was $13, and I remember that very clearly. That's what I remember.
And what would it be worth today?
$375.
That much.
Oh, wow.
Jerry, you're in agreement?
The value has accrued $300 to $400.
In the oh wow, is it oh wow, I'd like to put it up for sale, or?
Yes, because I've given my whole doll collection away except for just a few dolls. And so, yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, great. John, Bonnie was telling me before the show, you keep a book about the program?
Yep.
What's in your book?
I know Susie, and I know you, and John. And every day I watch you guys because I tape it when I go to work. And so then I review it, and I know all the Roseville marks, and
So you've learned a lot.
I've learned a lot. And now when I go to antique shows, I know what I'm buying.
Thank you so much for
You're
being with us
welcome.
today. Isn't that nice?
Yes.
It's going to be a very thick book.
My baby.
Yeah, could I get a copy of that book, perhaps? I could use that myself.
Sure.
You know, we're visiting with the Bellamy brothers on today's show, and I have to say, we have a very important guest also on the show, including the Bellamy brothers.
Who?
There would be no Bellamy brothers without this next woman. The mother of the Bellamy brothers, Frances, has joined us out in Florida. Hello, Frances, how you doing today?
Fine, thank you.
I have a question for you. When Howard and David were growing up, were you constantly telling them to turn down the stereo?
No, sir, I can't say that I did because I wasn't very much older than him.
Good
I
enough.
liked it.
What are you going to have her praise today?
I have a dime here that I would like to get appraised that Howard found when he was 3 years old. And coming up next is Personal FX.
Searching for a new best friend? Tune into the Pet Department.
I want to keep him.
You won't be able to tear yourself away. Every day at 3 p.m. 2 Central.
You want your family's bath tissue to be comfortable. So here are some words of comfort. Soft. In actual touch tests, people say Kleenex Cottonelle Ultra Soft is the softest of all. Thick. It has 24% more cottony soft fiber than the leading brand. And Kleenex, a word you've been comfortable with all your life. Kleenex Cottonelle Ultra Soft has these words of comfort for your family. Soft, thick, Kleenex. Kleenex Cottonelle Ultra Soft.
Mix 1 packet Hidden Valley Ranch with 1 pound ground beef. Grill. Dive in. Hidden Valley Ranch. 1 packet, endless possibilities.
When her dad died, my daughter wanted to run the business. My smartest hire. Then her headache started. She tried Tylenol, but hours later the pain came back and she needed more. Finally, her doctor said, nothing stronger than a lead.
Just 2 can work all day. I had to take 4 Advil or 8 extra strength Tylenol.
Now she works a 12-hour day, but without the headache. She's a great girl. And she's single.
Aleve. All day strong, all day long.
When I see this stain, I see Fred. My brother dripped pizza on my carpet.
Introducing 409 Carpet Cleaner. Even the leading carpet cleaner can't beat it.
Bye, Fred.
Try new 409 Carpet Cleaner.
Good cops, gutsy stories, NYPD Blue behind the badge. NYPD Blue doesn't pull any punches. It's been called the edgiest show on TV.
I never robbed nobody.
No?
No.
There's this edge. You know, there's a real strong edge to the show all the time.
Don't you move! Don't you move!
Get away from me, man. You try and stop me, huh?
NYPD Blue is a show that asks for audience participation.
I usually wash myself down there.
And once you become involved with the show, it sort of envelops you, and the hour will pass by in 10 minutes because you've invested something in the show. We aren't background music.
5 nights a week. August 19th is day 1.
Welcome back to Personal Facts. The mother of Howard and David Bellamy is about to have an item of praise. And John, isn't it something that she would keep a coin that her child had since he was 3 years old?
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah.
Let's go see what it's worth. Let's go out there right now to Florida where Frances has joined us. Hi, Frances. How are you? Doing okay?
I'm doing fine, thank you, John.
Great. Now tell us more about this coin here.
Well, this coin here, Howard found it when he was 3 years old. And I never did want to sell it because, or get rid of it, because we've had it 48 years ourselves, until Howard saved. But I did want to tell you that I never told the boys to turn down the radio or turn down their music, but we had a neighbor that would like to call and tell them to turn it down. There was some cotton down there to him, and he was happy.
Well, let's see what the appraisers think about this dime here.
Well, in uncirculated condition, that's worth $1,000. Now that I've got your attention,
Okay.
we'll talk to condition.
Okay.
This is very well used, very well abused, and condition affects value quite a bit.
It's a real sharp drop from the
Yeah.
$1,000 that Susan enticed you with to where this particular dime lands.
This particular dime in mint condition is
Uncirculated, never touched.
I mean, never touched by human hand.
I
It
see.
comes out enclosed, and it stayed enclosed the whole time. Very rare, very unusual to find.
Okay.
This one is worth about $3.
Yeah, 3 to 5 in this condition. However, perhaps the provenance of who found it would enhance the value.
But just book value in this condition.
Book
we're talking
value 3 to 5, but to a mom from her son, it's priceless.
Priceless. Frances, do you want to take bids on that, or do you want to keep it?
No, sir, I don't believe there's enough money to buy this one. I think I'll keep it and the boy that found it, too.
Well said. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
That was just terrific. All right, Carrie has joined us. Hi,
Hi.
Carrie. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Hi.
Where are you from?
Hi. From Las Vegas.
Oh, welcome.
Thank you.
What did you bring? What is this?
This is a Batman movie that we bought when the kids were very young, and it's been sitting in the drawer for the last 30-some odd years.
That's great. Here, I'll hand this over to you, and you two can take a look at it and tell me what you
Well,
think.
you're doing a fine job.
Am I? Okay. All right. In that case.
Well, what's important is when you find these is to make sure that you've got the right film inside, which prior to the show, I pulled it out and checked. It is the Batman feature film. What it has going for it are the graphics on the box. They are collectible. The film itself, not that valuable because collectors can't really display it, they can't fondle it, they can't mutilate it. So it's a low-cost collectible. Jerry?
But it's still a fun collectible, and of course, being Batman, it takes it out of the realm of the ordinary. So we're talking about $35 to a collector.
$10 to $15 on it.
All right, so anywhere from $10 to $35. What do you think? Do you want to take some bids?
I'll take some bids, sure.
Somebody out there wants this.
Okay.
Thank you very much for bringing that by.
You're quite
Appreciate
welcome.
that. Okay, and that number to call in case you want to place a bid, 212-802-0082. And Doyle is coming on in all the way from Nebraska. Glad you're here today, sir.
Thank you.
Now tell us what you brought. This is really interesting.
Well, it's a Western Union item. I think it's probably used to signal the other end that there was an incoming message. It does have a wind-up crank in the center.
All right. You don't see this every day, huh?
That would
And
tell you there was a message coming in.
And there were wires connected here,
Right.
is that right?
Exactly. We usually see the insulators. We usually see tin signs. This is a little bit unique.
Yes, it
Makes
is.
a very
Very
interesting
unusual.
paperweight, too. In the realm of an advertising collectible, I like it. And the
I like it a
cobalt
lot.
blue and white helps a lot.
How often do you see these?
Not
Very,
that often.
very
You usually
unusual.
see the signs, you know, for any Western
And the
Union.
insulators,
Yeah, you usually see the signs more that, or send your Western Union telegraph here type of deal. This is very nice to a collector.
Yes, it is. I think about $150.
I'm in the
was
same
really
ballpark. I'm in the same ballpark.
I think a lot of collectors would want this.
Yeah,
I mean, this
I
could be a
think so.
cross collectible for a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Advertising, telegraph, it really is a neat piece. It's unique.
So about $150.
Yeah,
About
I'm about
$150
$150 on it.
Piece of
Well,
Americana.
what do you think? Do you want to take bids on your piece of Americana, or do you want to hold on to it?
I certainly will take bids. I've enjoyed it quite a while myself.
We'll let you know. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. So now you can call us on bids, or you can send a telegraph. We can take that now, too. Mary Ann has joined us. Hi, Mary Ann. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Where are you from?
From Granite Bay, California.
Welcome. Now, what do you have here?
It's a set of playing cards from the 1932 Los Angeles Olympics that has celebrities and some Los Angeles pictures of the times on some of the cards.
And there are 52 cards.
We
No
checked.
jokers.
One
No
joker.
jokers.
One joker.
There is a joker.
There's
Who's the
two.
joker?
It's just a joker.
Joey Brown.
Is it? Yes, but I did check. Playing cards like postcards are collected in and of themselves, but they're also collected by many collectors because of the themes that are represented on them. This one is really nice because it's Olympics, it's movies. It's nice that you have the box. The cards have been played with, but they're in fair condition. They're in good condition. They're not bent, folded, mutilated. Nobody wrote on them. Nobody colored them in. And there are several movie stars displayed on them.
Playing cards go back a long time in history, all the way to China in the 12th century. But I like the ones from the 1500s on. In fact, I just saw one recently in Queen Elizabeth's own collection. It happens to be her relatives because the kings and queens were depicted on hand engraved cards. So her picture of Henry VIII is actually a playing card.
It's like a photo album.
That's right.
Well, what do you think in terms of value?
I'm about $30 on
Yeah,
that.
about $35 on it.
Do you want to take bids?
Sure.
All
I'll
right.
consider offers.
Well, we'll deal them to you. Thank you very much for bringing it by. I appreciate that. It just doesn't stop, does it? With
No,
those fun cards? Let's go out to Florida. JD has got a very personal collection out there. JD?
Yeah, John, you know, the Bellamy brothers have a long musical history. As we mentioned before, they were the most nominated group ever in country music. They've had 13 country and pop #1s. And as they travel the country and the world touring, they like to pick up things. But their Native American artifact collection is most important to them because they're part Cherokee Indian. So when we come back, we're going to take a look at the Bellamy brothers' Native American art. It's all coming up next on Personal FX.
Got a clog? Get the best clog remover. Is it liquid plumber or Drano?
Actually, professional strength liquid plumber clog remover works twice as fast. Yes, there is a best.
When I go like this, I feel like every single one of my teeth has been scrubbed, polished, cleaned, like I went to the dentist. Pearl Drops helps polish your teeth brighter, smoother, and shinier. It's a great feeling.
I like having fresh-smelling laundry every day. So how do I keep things fresh every day and not spend my life doing laundry? Simple. I switch to Bounce. No other sheet keeps our things fresher day after day.
That's the unbeatable freshness of Bounce, which is time-released slowly to help your laundry stay fresh for up to 5 days.
Bounce helps us look and feel our best every day because it helps keep our things fresh and static-free.
For freshness that stays up to 5 days, turn to Bounce.
My dogs are fed Pedigree Little Champions because it was designed for small dogs. And when you open the can, you can see the quality, you can smell it too. It's very reassuring that the beef in Little Champions has gone through the USDA inspection process.
Pedigree, developed with vets, recommended by top breeders.
A proper gentleman eats one cookie at a time.
But these aren't cookies. They're Newtons.
Oh, we can't be proper all the time, now can we?
A cookie is just a cookie, but fat-free Newtons are fruit and cake.
What's this? Dessert?
Newton's cobblers. Even more fruit and cake.
Oh, why didn't you bring them round?
And where would you have put them?
Come, Freddie.
Rush home from work, your night to cook.
Cheese to the rescue.
Make a quick Mexican pizza. Tortilla, ground beef, Colby Jack, peppers, salsa, you got the knack.
Cheese to the rescue.
Yeah, cheese!
Searching for major movies? Turn on FX Major Movie Sunday. A major Hollywood movie every Sunday night. August 3rd, Andrew McCarthy, James Spader, and Robert Downey Jr. Less Than Zero. August 10th, the ultimate summer movie, Side Out. August 17th, Sigourney Weaver and Ridley Scott's original, Alien. August 24th, Dennis Quaid, Daniel Stern, and Dennis Christopher, Breaking Away. August 31st, the boys of Angel Beach are looking to score in Porky's. Every Sunday night in August, get turned on to FX Major Movie Sunday.
Oh, this is a good one. Now, did you know, get your pencil and paper out for this one. You're going to want to write this down. A 1952 Flash Gordon Target space game, which originally sold for less than $2, now worth $400 in mint condition. And if you played with the game, but you still have all the original pieces, it's worth between $150 and $200. So check your attics.
Paid to hold on to it 45 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, check out some of the items that are up for sale right now on Personal FX. Starting out with a wooden purse, and it falls into the category of prison art. It's a wonderful example. Unusual Bakelite button on it, and it is worth $20 to $75. We also have the Pez dispensers. Do you remember back, I remember that when the show first started, we saw a Pez dispenser worth several $1,000s.
That's right.
These aren't worth quite as much, but Popeye and the Steel Pin Santa are both very collectible in the $140 to $185 price range. And then the Madame Alexander doll that is at a praise of $375 to $400 from the late 1950s with jointed arms and legs.
And we have a Batman film for you. This is 8mm. It comes with the film itself is not as valuable really as the box and the graphics. So that was appraised at $10 to $35. Then we've got the Western Union telegraph equipment. Now this is very unique. It's an ad piece, cobalt blue. It's Americana collectible, used obviously to signal for telegraphs, and that was appraised at $150. And last but not least, we have the 1932 Olympics playing cards. Now this is a full deck. It's got one joker, features celebrities, as you can see right there. And those are in good condition, so that was appraised at $30 to $35 for the whole set.
So would you like to write down our number one more time if you want to bid on any of these items? 212-802-0082. Looking forward to this next collection.
Bellamy Brothers like that, Native American stuff like that. This is going to be great.
And good music.
And good music. Let's go out there right now. JD, take it away.
John, interesting characters like that.
Yeah.
We have David and Howard Bellamy. Now, Howard is the one who found the dime when you were 3 years old.
That's right.
So
It's only worth $3, is that what I heard?
yeah. Well, 10 because you owned it.
Worth $1,000 to my mom.
And this is mainly David's collection. I mean, it's really, there's a little bit of both of your pieces in here, but this facility houses mainly your stuff, right, David?
Right, yeah, this is a lot of my stuff. Howard has actually a whole other collection of a bunch of Western art, but This is all of my stuff that I used to have this in my house, and my family threatened to move if I didn't get it out, so we put it in this little place out here.
Let's take a look at some of the pieces. Now tell us about these rugs.
Well, these are Navajo rugs that I ran across, and most of them are around, I'd say 50 to 100 years old.
Nice.
And there's some really nice ones here. I have about 4 or 5 real nice ones, and I have about 10 other ones that are a little less, not quite as good as these. But these patterns, you know, as you can see, there are stories in every one of these. The beetles down there are like for luck, and they have the arrows for hunting, and there's just a story in every rug, and families spent months weaving these together.
Mm-hmm.
And the berries, all the colors are from berries that are indigenous to parts of the Navajo Nation there.
Huh. Wow. And you have some pieces up here from a tribe that's extinct.
Well, these are Anasazi pieces, and they were part of the Pueblo tribe. They were the predecessors of today's Pueblo tribe. Mm-hmm. And these are pre-Columbian. They're probably 800 to 1,000 years old.
Wow.
And this one is one of the nicest things. This is a baby's toy here.
Oh, look at that.
It's a little pitcher that the baby played with, probably made a tea set or something.
Oh.
And this dipper has a rattle in the end of it. That's kind of cool.
Why would they have a rattle in it?
It's ceremonial. They probably shook it and passed it around.
Wow. Now, where'd you get these?
I got these from a lady and a guy in southwest Oklahoma, I'm sorry, New Mexico. And they found these on their ranch.
Huh.
And they were an elderly couple, and they had read that we were into this stuff, and they contacted me, and I bought them from them because they said they wanted somebody to have them that appreciated them.
Wow. And I guess you do.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, I sure do.
All right, let's move on down here. Now, what's the story with this gator?
Oh, that's one of our local, one of our local boys there.
Dug him out of the swimming pool there.
But you got that from a gator hunter, right?
Yeah, our neighbor is a gator hunter, and we got that from him. He hunts for the state of Florida.
All the renegade gators he collects and
gets them out of people's yards and stuff. Now look at this piece. This is a Remington, and tell us about this. This is yours, Howard.
Well, actually, I bought this in a collection right next to a little shop right next to the Plaza Hotel in New York. The guy had lost his lease and going out of business. He had all these Remingtons, and I kept bargaining with him, and then it finally got him down to what I thought was a steal, and bought like 15 pieces of it. And, I gave David a couple of pieces of it. And some were numbered on the original cast. Some were very low numbers. So.
Wow. And you have a lot of Remingtons, right?
A lot of them,
Now, this is David's favorite collection, and this is a Native American artist. Tell us about this. It's Johnson
Antonio. Yeah, he's a Navajo man, and he does. He carves all of this with his whittling knife. He's just an old folk artist that depicts everyday Navajo life. You know, you have the lady with the baby in the blanket, and you have the guy gathering wood here, and the Navajo rodeo.
And these were originally toys for kids,
yeah, they used
right?
to make these as toys for kids. And when he retired from the Navajo Railroad, he started making these for his grandchildren and stuff.
And if you see, he signs them on the bottom with his address and everything else. And one of his pieces is in the Smithsonian, and when they contacted him, he didn't even know what it was, right?
He said, "What is the Smithsonian?" and then he definitely wouldn't get on an airplane and fly there because they wanted to fly there for an exhibit of his, and he didn't want to go on the airplane. But he's been on mine and Howard's tour bus many times, and he's become a friend of ours, and he's just a great guy.
That's great. Now, we're in the last piece. The Seminole Indians are native to this part of the country, and this is a piece, Howard, that you got from a high school friend, right?
That's right. Chief Osceola, he was a chief of the Seminole tribe, and the Seminoles are known for their colorful jackets and weaving. And his grandson married a friend of mine, and it was we've known that family for years and years. So it's quite typical of the work they do.
And you guys had a drought, and they came out and in your kitchen performed a dance.
Yeah,
right?
my friend's children came out to do a dance, a ceremonial dance, and we were having like a 4 or 5 month drought, and it wasn't for the drought, but after they did the dance, they left, and about 30 minutes later, it rained for 3 days.
Oh, wow!
Our dad said, "Those boys should have come here a little sooner."
But you got a piece of the outfit, which is
a
nice.
piece of the outfit.
All right. Well, Howard and David, thank you very much for showing us your collection, and inviting us out to the ranch. So that's it, guys, from the Bellamy Brothers Ranch.
Great.
Howard, I want to ask you, the Seminoles, something about them, they were the only tribe that didn't surrender to the U.S.
That's right. The only tribe that never surrendered. You know, they got in the swamps with the alligators and mosquitoes, and they just couldn't dig them out. You know, they had the perfect hiding spot.
Great collection. You know, that just looks great. Thank you both for letting us see it. Appreciate it.
Thanks much. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, JD.
All right.
I love those Navajo rugs.
Yeah.
Oh, hanging on the wall.
Yeah, go on and on with that. We'll have to go back and see more of Howard's collection some other day. All right, stay with us, folks. When Personal FX continues, we have more appraisals coming your way, and we're going to be talking about the collectability of space games.
Randy Stone, I cast the original pilot for the part of Scully. Chris knew exactly what he wanted.
Are you serious?
It's really hard to find actors who can speak that
Vast amounts of information.
and have it be believable.
Corpses in advanced stages of decay and desiccation.
And I would get these people who would come in and just not be able to pull it off. And so I got this call from an agent Moore. He said, you know, there's an actress,
Dana Scully, I work with your son.
Gillian Anderson. I kept saying, where's the Gillian girl?
I'm here to solve this case, Mulder. I want the truth.
When she walked in, when she finally got there, she walked in the room. And it was that fast.
Nobody will stop me from being the one that'll throw the switch and dash you out of this life for good, you son of a...
Chris and I both looked at each other and said, this is it.
5 nights a week, August 19th, day 1.
Welcome to Betty's Ocean View Diner. I'm Betty.
We work hard to make a good first impression. We've got to look our best all the time. If the waiters don't look clean, what are they going to think about the kitchen? One waiter in a stained shirt, and forget it. Our food makes really tough stains. Before, with the detergents we tried, we couldn't get this grease out. But now, with this new Tide with bleach alternative, I can really see a difference. It's got to be clean. It's got to be Tide. This is the best-looking family on the block, and I'm proud of it.
Thanks for coming.
To get a fresh mountain spring scent in your clothes, you could add mountain snow, wildflowers, or spring water to your wash. Or just wash them in new Mountain Spring Tide. The same great cleaning, now with a fresh Mountain Spring scent. Try new Mountain Spring Tide. Look for it along with regular Tide.
All the mirrors in my house were like from here, and what do I need to see the rest of my body for? I was fat. I decided to change my life. I lost over 50 pounds on the Slim Fast plan. The energy went through the roof. Shake for breakfast, shake for lunch, delicious. It's the only thing that works for me.
Now with 23 vitamins and minerals, protein, calcium, fiber, all the balanced nutrition like a healthy meal.
I know I look good. That's the confidence that I have now.
Slim Fast, balanced nutrition for a healthy life.
I know I love it.
My daughter tried Tylenol, but hours later the headache came back.
So her doctor said nothing stronger than Aleve.
I had to take 4 Advil or 8 extra-strength Tylenol.
But to Aleve, she can go all day.
Aleve. Life is a journey.
Do you ever feel like we don't know anything, and they're the ones teaching us?
Life is short.
Get it while you can, honey.
Life isn't fair.
I'm HIV positive.
I get so sick of you acting like you're already dead.
And I get so sick of you acting like I'm never gonna be.
But life is what we make it.
Don't you give up, Court. Don't you ever give up.
Through triumph and defeat with each new day, life goes on. Weekdays at 2, one place, FX.
Personal FX is heading to Wichita, Kansas next week, and already we are booked up. But then we're going to Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're not booked yet. August 4th through the 8th. We'll be in Raleigh and Durham, North Carolina, the week of August 11th. So if you've got a lot of any one item and you're a super collector, or you just have one item you want to have appraised, call us at 1-800-FX-FX-FX1. Welcome back to Personal FX. And Deborah is joining us in the rec room. She's come all this way to have your duck appraised.
Yes.
Good to have you with us.
Thank you.
Where'd you get it?
In Oline, Connecticut, at an antique shop. And I picked it up because it had something stamped on the bottom that reminded me of my hometown.
Oh, really? We'll have to see what's stamped on the bottom. What is?
Old Saybrook, Connecticut,
That's
which
your
is
old
also
town,
the
huh?
home of my brother.
Oh.
It's a commercial decoy. It was never a working decoy. And that's one thing collectors look for, are old working or new working decoys.
And the way you know it never was a working decoy?
Well, it doesn't have any weights on the bottom to make it stay in the water, and it's very obviously, in fact, Jerry, you can actually lift off the head and you can see that it is a machine dowel straight into it, like that. It's basically a decorator piece is what you bought.
So they made a lot of these?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is basically just for decoration.
Worth about how much?
Worth $45, $55.
Yeah, I'm in that ballpark.
Is it that price range you paid?
It's interesting. No, it's less than what I paid.
Oh, well, in that case, would you like to put it up for sale?
Yes, I would.
We'll do that. Thank you so much for visiting with us today.
Thank you.
And our number to call is 212-802-0082. Alina's joining us next. Hi.
Hi
Good
there.
to have you with us.
Well, thank you.
And what would
Good
you
to
like
be
to
here.
have appraised?
Well, this is a bank that belonged to my father, and he would have been 92 years old now. And it's very interesting.
Very unusual, or so it seems. Why don't you pass it along to the appraisers?
Well, there's many kinds of banks. We've seen the mechanicals, we've seen the stills, the advertising, and this is a still bank. And Jerry, what has it got going for it?
Well, the one neat thing about it is that it's, it opens with a magnet.
Right. That makes it a little different. At least it's got something special about it.
Takes a little longer.
It takes a little longer to save your money.
You have to think a minute before you actually spend your money. You have to work a little to get it right.
Off the top of my head, I'd say it's from the 1930s, 1940s, in that era. Not as expensive as the mechanicals or even the registering.
Exactly, exactly.
And
it just sort of sits there.
Yeah.
And in the banking world, that's down on the scale of desirability.
Okay.
But it's
so how
still
much
a
is the
need.
value of it?
It's
then?
about $65.
I was about 50 on it.
Okay, you've had it for a really long time. Would you like to take some offers on it?
I'll entertain a few offers.
Okay. We'll be happy to do that. Thank you so much. And we're going to go back out to Tampa, Florida, where Lucy has an item for us to take a look at. Hi, Lucy. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
What would you like us to appraise for you?
We're going to have this Moser crystal that was brought to me from Czechoslovakia before the Iron Curtain was taken down.
Is there any marking on it that we should know about?
Yes. The gold around the top is 14 karat. And let me see.
It's a paper label.
Yeah.
That's what we like to see.
Okay, we can get it on the paper label.
Okay. It's not old as far as old Moser art glass.
Or it's highly decorated.
Right. Moser is a very reputable art glass manufacturer that makes beautiful, beautiful glass with enameling and gold work on it. And this is more current, at least to us dealers and collectors and appraisers.
How current?
Just before the Iron Curtain fell, but to me, that's new.
That's new.
That's new.
It's what we call contemporary.
Right. Nice.
And at what price?
And affordable, perhaps at about $200.
Yeah, Moser is quite expensive, so even the simplest pieces
Yes, it's
are
very
very
lovely.
desirable.
In that $200 price range, would you like to take some offers?
No, I don't think so. I'd like to keep it.
Don't blame you for keeping it. Thank you so much for being here. And now let's toss to John, who has an out-of-this-world interview for us.
I got it, out of this world. I see where you're going with that, Claire. You know, since the beginning of time, man has been just fascinated with space, and of course with the Pathfinder on Mars right now, space collectibles actually are going through the roof, as you might say. David Galt is here today to tell us all about space games. Glad you're here today, sir.
Yeah, good to be back.
Now, when you talk about space games, have those always been escalating in value, or have there been dips in...
I think so. I think that it's, games and space-related things is a newer field, so it's only been going up into the different stages of collectability.
What are three things that collectors are looking for when it comes to the games? I guess they want completeness.
They want something that's got all the parts. That would be nice. The condition is important. If it's got a cross-collectible element to it, we'll see some of those. And just age and rarity. For
Here's
instance,
something
this
that's
game,
really rare. Yeah, tell us
yeah,
about
this is a Universe card game. It's from 1874. Here are, oops.
I'm going to open
Here
this
are a
up
few of the
because
cards as I
David has actually put this together on a board nicely. Now, this is the actual game from 1874?
Yeah, what I did with this is that I took them and put them on a color Xerox sheet, and then later mounted them, actually yesterday. These I'd had for a while. And so this way we can see the whole deck of cards at once, and you can see all the different constellations, the different sizes of the planet. Here is a card from the game Vulcan, which is here. They thought that Vulcan was a planet that existed at the time, according to Mr. Loomis of Manchester. It says so on the card there.
Where did it exist?
In between Mercury and the Sun, a smaller planet thought to be smaller than Mercury. And you see there, it's very tiny. I don't think you can see it. And Mercury gets bigger, Mars, Venus.
What is the value on this set of cards?
Well, this would be probably worth about $400, $400 or $500. I think so. It's very scarce, and it's an old sort of thing.
Now we have another rare game here, and this one isn't quite
game.
complete, but this is really interesting.
Not quite complete. This is a game from 1925 or so called Polaris. It's where you have space flight from Earth, and the moving pieces are these little biplanes. So we're actually, I don't know if they can see them, actually flying from the Earth out to the solar system through the different constellations on little biplanes. That's all that they thought of in those days.
We discovered this game before we did Pluto. Isn't that right?
This game was put together before Pluto was known, so Pluto is not in this game.
Now this
Pluto
game is in this condition is incomplete. You're looking for the white
I'm looking
plane?
for the white plane, everybody, that is missing from this game. If anyone has the white plane, it wants to go back into its hangar. So you started from hangars and went into
So you're looking
outer
for the white
space
game and Pluto, because Pluto's not on the board.
Pluto, right, undiscovered yet.
Now something else that people are looking for are characters on games.
Right, here we have a Captain Video Game who was very, very popular in the 50s. He was it, and he was at his space station on the rocket ship quite a bit, and so this game not only has a board, but it has the panel of all of the dials and things like that, and you can see the conception of what flying through space was.
Let's take a look at some of the other examples that we have of some of the character games down here. Just anything with actually characters on it.
Buck Rogers,
the Buck Rogers
from
the
1930s. And here's the Space 1999 crew.
And also Star Wars there in the end.
Right, and Star Wars, which is 20 years old already, and you have all the Star Wars people.
Last but not least, you mentioned Cross Collectibles, so let's head over this way. What do we have here?
This is the Avon Moonflight game, and by this time the moon had been landed on, so moon was a good topic for space-related games. The shampoo would come in the bottle. This one has it, and there's a little
So this is an
sticker
Avon
on there.
shampoo bottle.
Avon shampoo bottle has the shampoo. Here is the board, which comes folded up in the game.
Now you have an empty bottle here, so what would happen if you finished off the shampoo?
Well, when you finish the shampoo bottle off, this becomes your playing piece. And each player has this as their pieces. They move this around. This tells you how far you're going to go in the game. Stand back because you launch this.
There it is. There, you
never know where it's going to go.
The great thing about this game, of course, is that you can collect, have fun, and get clean all at the same time. David, thank you so much for stopping in today.
There we go.
Look out. He's going to put an eye out. We got to get out of here. Thank you very much, David. All right. Stay with us, folks. We have a lot more collectibles coming your way when Personal FX returns. Let me try this. Where is it?
FX presents Tom Skerritt. Your real name is Walter?
I was a man, now I'm a woman.
Emmy winners Ray Walston, Five-ish Finkel, and Kathy Baker.
I have a sexual appetite. Is that all right with you?
Excuse me? In the unforgettable series about an ordinary place called Rome, Wisconsin, and the extraordinary things that happen there.
We're dealing with a serial bather.
Picket fences.
I love this town.
TV's most celebrated hit comes to FX every day at 1 noon Central.
David's training for the wrestling team. I'm helping. Mom says that's why it's important to eat healthy. So we're eating more salad. Lots of it when it's got the dressing we all like.
Hidden Valley, just bursting with the garden fresh taste of herbs and spices.
I feel faster already.
Hidden Valley Ranch, good things grow in Hidden Valley. And don't forget fat-free Hidden Valley Ranch. All the fresh, creamy ranch taste you love with none of the fat.
For tough jobs you thought only a sponge or rag could do, try new Bounty Rinse and Reuse. One sheet is so durable, it keeps working till the whole job's done. Rinse and Reuse has extra thick quilting for sponge-like durability. To rinse, wring, and reopen, unlike ordinary towels that wad up when wet. So rinse and reuse it till the job's done, then throw it away.
The quilting quicker, bigger, out.
New Bounty Rinse and Reuse.
It's not like the way you want your house to smell.
Oh, I gotta use bleach? Oh, hold your nose.
Try Fresh Scent Clorox Cleanup.
I think it almost smells like the woods after it rains. It really smells good. Did you smell it?
Fresh Scent Clorox Cleanup.
The world struggles to define the Butterfinger. Meanwhile, a startling discovery.
Well, the Butterfinger appears to be a unique peanut buttery substance.
Butterfinger from Nestle, mysteriously irresistible.
If you're searching for a new best friend, it's time for you to tune in to The Pet Department, the show that helps you choose, train, and care for your perfect pet. With our patented road test, you'll learn how much dog you can get for your dog. Get Set for Your Pet tells you what to buy before you bring your new buddy home. And our vet and trainer visits help you keep your pet healthy and you happy. So if you like animals,
Want to keep him.
you won't be able to tear yourself away from The Pet Department. Today at 3 p.m. 2 Central. One place, FX.
Searching for major movies? Turn on FX Major Movie Sunday. John Aldridge has not been a very good son.
I call Mom every November on her birthday.
I'd try John. Mom's birthday's in February.
Now he'll do anything to make it up to his parents.
I've got some wonderful news. Mom and Pop are going to live with us for a while.
Even if it kills him.
Sounds good to me.
Join us for a feel-good comedy.
I've got a good idea. Stop the car!
Tom Selleck stars in Folks, Sunday at 8 on FX Major Movie Sunday.
Welcome back to Personal FX. A whole bunch of items are currently getting bids we want to tell you about. Starting with the wooden purse that is considered a good example of prison art, appraised at $20 to $75. We also have the Pez dispensers. We've got Popeye and we've got the Steel Tin Santa, both very collectible, and $140 to $185 for both. And then the 8mm Batman film. Itself is not as collectible as its box and the graphics. $10 to $35.
We also have the Western Union Telegraph equipment, and this is, well, it's great Americana collectible, and this is cobalt blue, and this was appraised at about $150 for that item right there. We've got the playing cards from the 1932 Olympics, and it's a full deck. It's got one joker, and it features some celebrities. Good condition, appraised at $30 to $35. We also have the duck decoy. Now, this was used mostly for decoration, not to be used as a real working decoy, so it was appraised at $45 to $55.
And then the Still Bank dates back to the 1930s, the 40s. It's made of tin, and it opens with a magnet. $50 to $65 is the appraised value. So here's what you do if you'd like to bid on any of these items. It's not too late to call us at 212-802-0082.
All right, let's get back into some more appraisals. Arlene has joined us. Hi, Arlene, how are you?
Hi, very well, thank you.
Nice to see you. What did you bring to have appraised today?
This is a bicentennial copy of Time magazine. My uncle used to work for them, and he would bring home copies of everything. So this wound up being collected and laid away and forgotten about.
Well, you kept it, looks like you kept it in good condition.
Thanks.
What do you think?
Well, this is what we call the keeper in my house. I'm sure we didn't originate the term or the notion, but certain magazines, certain newspapers that come through, you hold on to them. So as a result, lots and lots of people held on to this particular magazine. It's in good condition, that's a plus for it. Thomas Jefferson on the cover, but it is what we call plentiful.
It's not scarce at all, and scarcity does affect the value of the piece. Current value, $4 to $5.
Okay.
I'm more at $15 because surprisingly some people didn't keep
Some
theirs.
All right. Well, Arlene, do you want to take bids, or do you want to?
Sure.
Let's take bids and see what happens.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Now we're going to turn to our mailbag right now. We have a letter from Debbie, who writes to us from Grayville, Wyoming. And Debbie writes, enclosed are photos of a Penny the Poodle doll. When you pull the cord, it walks, and when you squeeze the handle, it barks. She comes in the original box, is in excellent shape. The box reads Lewis Marks and Company, 1968. Any information on the value? Appreciated.
Well, what it doesn't have going for it is a TV show.
Yes.
Something, advertising tie-in,
Yes.
something. This is just
anything.
a poodle. That
Penny
barks.
the Poodle.
It's Penny
Penny
the
the Poodle that barks.
No pedigree. He's not a pedigree. He's just a little mutt. No, he is a poodle. He's adorable. He's cute. And he is a bit of an action toy. And she has the box. That helps. But we're still talking about maybe $20, $25.
Definitely under 50.
Okay. Debbie, thank you very much for writing.
Mary from La Crosse, Wisconsin wrote in, and Mary says, I've got an interesting detective job for you. So here you go. Nobody I've talked to in Wisconsin or Minnesota knows for sure what this is. I'd like to know if this is actually a necklace because I cannot find a way of unfastening it. It consists of 26 10-millimeter beads that are made of blue glass. The beads are strung on a brass-colored chain that measures 14 inches long. It weighs 44 grams, and there is no clasp on it.
Well, because you don't really wear this piece. You worry this piece. This is a set of worry beads. They usually come from Greece, and they're the kind of things that you hold in your hand to relieve tension. You play with them. Almost like rosaries, but not quite.
Could be. And depending on its length, if you can get it over your head, it could have been a Victorian or turn-of-the-century necklace. But if they're short, they are worry beads. Value, $25, $40.
Yes.
All right. So, Mary, stop worrying. We figured it out. Thanks so much for writing in.
And next, Maurice is on the line from South Burlington, Vermont. Hi, Maurice. Welcome to the program.
Hi, Claire and John. Really enjoy your show.
Oh, thank you. Now, you wrote us about an item that has remained a mystery to you, so please tell the audience.
Yes, we're hoping to identify it. We found it in an attic of an 1830 farmhouse in Jericho, Vermont. The three larger pieces are spruce with no discernible saw marks. The two horizontal pieces are whittled from hardwood. Joints were scribed with a marking gauge and are mortised and pegged with half-inch tree nails. The one nail on the lever as well as tacks that secure the leather pads at the top appear to be machine-made. Signs of wear at the bottom of the lower horizontal piece might indicate that it was used as the base resting on the floor or ground. Vermont locals thought it might be a leather worker's vise or stretcher.
Maurice, let me jump in right now because I'd like to give the appraisers a chance to appraise it for you. So you think it might be some kind of farming tool of some sort?
Being that I do have part of our family are farmers, these type of items are made for a specific item. In other words, if the farmer needed a certain jack to fix his tractor or to fix something else, he would fashion something like that. And that's exactly what it is. It's a one-of-a-kind, unique item designed to fix one specific item.
Collectible?
Collectible.
Because it's old wood and old nails and the way it's
I like
made
the mortise
and the way
and
it's
tendon,
joined.
but definitely under $50.
Exactly.
Sure.
A decorative piece again.
Okay, as a decorative piece. Maurice, in that price range, would you like to put it up for sale?
Sure.
Okay, we'll be happy to do that. Thank you so much for being on the line today.
Thank you.
Necessity is the mother of invention.
That's it.
Stay with us, folks. When we return, we've got the big bids. Should be good. Don't go anywhere.
When her dad died, my daughter wanted to run the business. My smartest hire. Then her headache started. She tried Tylenol, but hours later the pain came back and she needed more. Finally, her doctor said nothing stronger than a lead.
Just 2 can work all day. I had to take 4 Advil or 8 extra-strength Tylenol.
Now she works a 12-hour day, but without the headache. She's a great girl, and she's single.
Aleve. All day strong, all day long.
When I see this stain, I see Fred. My brother dripped pizza on my carpet.
Introducing 409 Carpet Cleaner. Even the leading carpet cleaner can't beat it.
Bye, Fred.
Try new 409 Carpet Cleaner.
Like finding things? Then find 8 of the Pop-Tarts you love in the 8-pack from Kellogg's. 8 warm, fruit-filled Pop-Tarts, where most other toaster pastries only have 6. The Kellogg's Pop-Tarts 8-pack. Isn't it great finding things?
Rush home from work, your night to cook. Cheese to the rescue. Make a quick Mexican pizza. Tortilla, ground beef, Colby Jack, peppers, salsa, you got the knack. Cheese to the rescue. Yeah, cheese!
Ring up over $700 billion in sales like AT&T, People Talk. Reach $1 trillion in real estate transactions like the Century 21 system, they must be talking to us. Because when you're this big, the #1 real estate system, you can do things others can't. like average a home bought or sold by our customers every minute, every day. No wonder, in a nationwide survey, homeowners said they'd recommend Century 21 by 6 to 1 over the nearest competitor. So call number 1, Century 21.
I'm a big kid, look what I can do. I get dressed like a big kid too.
Training can be easier than you think with Pull-Ups training pants. They make kids want to train, as no diaper can. There's just as much protection as a diaper, but the big kid designs look like real underwear. Your child feels like a big kid in Pull-Ups, and that's the best motivation there is.
Mommy, wow! I'm a big kid now.
This is the best part, she says. Welcome back to Personal Effects, the Collectible Show. Before we get to the best part, let's thank David Gall for coming in and showing us those space games. Thank you, David. Appreciate that. Okay. All right. Now let's get to the best part.
And the best part, Pat, is telling you that for your purse, Jackie from Augusta, Georgia, would like it for $200.
Sold.
So, Tanya, for the pen dispensers, Tina from Las Vegas, Nevada, is offering $202.
Sold.
Okay, Bobby, for your doll, Chris from Phoenix, Arizona, would like it for $125.
Sold.
3 for 3, but there's no pressure to sell. Carrie, for the Batman film, Cheryl from Anderson, Indiana, is offering $50. No.
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 Doyle with the telegraph equipment. Mary from Burnsville, New Jersey, called in with an offer of $300.
Sold.
Mary Ann with the cards. Jim from San Francisco wants them for $60.
I'm gonna have to think about it.
You think about it. Deborah with the duck decoy. Thomas from Fresno, California wants it for $50.
Yes.
Yes. Eileen with the bank. Rosie from Pacifica, California, called in with an offer of $100.
I will have to think about that.
You do that.
And I don't have to think about saying thank you to Susie Anderson, Jerry Harrelson for being our ace appraisers of the day, and to all of you in the department. It's been a treat having you here.
And let's go back out to Florida one more time to thank J.D. and the Bellamy brothers for a great job today. J.D.
Definitely, John and Claire. We want to thank Howard and David for letting us come out, as well as their mom, Frances, for letting us shoot on the property. Now, your CD's being released. It was released this week.
Right.
And it's called
Over the Line.
Over the Line. So we'll have to watch for that. Tomorrow I'll be in Largo, Florida with a woman who has 27,000 swizzle sticks.
All right. Howard David.
And not a drop to drink.
Howard David, if it means anything, Claire and I have heard the new CD, and we love it.
We
Sounds
do.
great.
Thanks, John. Thanks, Claire.
All right.
Thanks.
That is our show for today. Thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you for watching. We're going to leave you with a cut from the brand new CD of the Bellamy Brothers called Over the Line. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.